Let's do this, Animation sucks. Takes too long to do one move without AI. Let them take over, I say. That'll save me the headache from referencing Grandma doing the Superman punch. That's right. This move was first founded by an old lady. Oh, wait a minute. Master Chuck was an old man. An old man doing this Muay Thai move. You only really ever see this move in, say, an MMA fight or a Muay Thai fight. You won't really find this move in any kind of movies or even a video game, not that I found. All I found were the elderly people attacking me, and right after I'd call them a brown cow because they wear cow jackets. Is that considered a crime? It's like sitting in court when you're recalling a crime scene and you're just describing to the person drawing the person and what they did to you. So here it is. I'm recreating the Superman punch. Origins are a little difficult to pinpoint. It's like the chicken or the egg. We don't know what came first, man or ape. I want to say man, since some of them are starting to look like apes. I mean, one can argue that we live in a digital zoo. You were fed just enough to fight, distracted enough just to forget why. Eat, sleep, consume, repeat. And then every once in a while you throw a Superman punch at the bars just to see if they're still there. And yep, it's still there. And I'm still animating. Still gonna make this Superman punch work. And you need proper setup for this kind of move, you see. Both in animation and in practical when you're gonna pull off this move. It's like that movie Dark Knight when the Joker said to those gangsters,
"How about a magic trick? I'm gonna make this pencil disappear."
What if that gangster never got off his seat after he said that? He would have never gotten his head smashed into that pencil. They'd all be sitting around staring at the pencil while Joker leaves. What kind of magic trick is that? What a ripoff. I know what a good deal is when I see one. I mean, back in the day when I was a gorilla, untamed and wild, I would pick fights weekly out of principle. At one point, I fought 100 homies all at once. And I gave them $3 for their trouble. But that didn't end well because I asked them to split it amongst themselves, and I haven't gotten a call from any of them since. That's like 3 cents a piece. That's a good deal. That's not rip-off if you ask me. I do remember pulling off this Superman punch. This bit right here where I'm having him launch up on his back leg. I do remember doing that, and it landed on some of them, I think. This move is effective. Don't try this move at home. Try it on one of your homies after watching this animated move. You just gotta learn how to launch off your back foot and lift up your other leg. You're about to pee. Right here I'm showing you. Like that, like peeing like a dog. And you have a good setup. You gotta have good spatial awareness when you fight or animate. I once threw an egg in a time portal. The egg came back to the future, flew in my ear and out the other. That's when I knew I had spatial awareness for animation and fighting. You gotta make sure your senses are right before you get into this kind of thing. Now, the Superman punch is an advanced move. You gotta build up to it. You gotta practice. Master Chuck once said, "True mastery comes from doing a move 10,000 times." So when I finish this animation, I'm gonna play it back 10,000 times in a loop. That's where my mastery comes from, you see. You see how much progress I made when I ramble off of my life experiences? We're about halfway done with this move. Shows you how much I know about the Superman punch. Because I've done this 10,000 times. Not just in animation, but in actual combat and real life experiences. Last year I was threatened by a gun. It was about 2 feet tall, had 2 legs, tiny arms and a mouth. It kept shooting profanity in my direction. It's very rude if you ask me. So I pulled off this Superman punch in the opposite direction. I don't want any trouble. I just went the other way. I don't have the comebacks. I don't have the mouth for battling his profanity. He just kept shooting at me, and I just kept on walking. Look at the height I'm putting in this animation, the potential of how high it jumps. You gotta Michael Jordan this move. You gotta get up high in order to throw that kick back and throw that punch forward. It's like flying turtles. Their evolution never ceases to amaze me. They get to be the size of a car. I once raised a flying turtle. It was time for him to leave the nest. It flew away at the age of 12 seconds. I missed the little guy. Taught me a thing or two about being airborne, and that's how much his contribution was to this Superman punch that I do so well. You know what the difference is between evolution and martial arts? Evolution takes millions of years to adapt. Martial arts just takes one pissed off instructor. And that pissed off instructor is Master Chuck. That old bag of bones made me bow before a Zoom call. Made me fight a broom for disrespecting the floor. He even threatened to sell my nunchucks if I switched to Taekwondo. Which I probably wouldn't. I don't care for Taekwondo. It's got too many ballet kicks for my taste. I mean, I half expected the instructors to be handing their students a tutu or something, which, not that I mind wearing a tutu, it's just too many kicks. Master Chuck just hardened me with so much training. No food, no water, just Superman punches and insults. I mean, after 19 years, I could block a punch and cry silently at the same time. It wasn't all bad. I was trained with so many fight moves, I accidentally rear naked choked a mannequin at Target. I blacked out on aisle 7. Woke up to applause. It was a very enlightening time. The manager just handed me a yoga mat. He looked me in the eyes and said, you broke 3 of our mannequins. Please never come back. Yeah, the staff wasn't too happy with me, so I took that yoga mat and went to the cashier to pay for it. And that cashier boy looked at me and he says, "Your mama wears combat boots?" I nodded, and I didn't know how he knew that, but I just left. I don't think I even remembered to pay for the mat. I just left.